Hello everybody, it's Aaron McGrew here, because who else do you expect to see? It's my channel, boo. Many of you may or may not know that I have been trying to write an autobiography for the past several years, but I have faced so much struggle. But as of recently, some of my favorite YouTubers have been coming out with autobiographies of their own, and they are younger than I am, so it just made it possible. My favorite book that I purchased of this category is In Real Life, During My Journey to a Pixelated World by Joey Graceffa. He is a 24-year-old young man. I have been watching him on YouTube for a little over 3 years now, and I just love this guy. Well, after watching him this past few years, I just felt like a really strong connection with him. I felt such kindred spirits with him, even like the first video I ever watched. I had a friend send me a link to one of his videos, and from then on, I just found out, video by video, how much Joey and I are alike. So I just had to get this dude's book, and oh my goodness, he is a very good writer. He was always like an outcast or misfit. That's right up my alley. It's like, Joey, I feel you. I feel you. If I were in like grade school and high school back during those days, I would have befriended you. I mean, no doubt, we would have been like buddy. We could have been losers together. I love it when people open up about their struggles, because I just feel like that's what this world should be all about, is like transparency. And this boy is transparent right here. I love it. He needs to keep it up. Joe, if you're watching, you keep it up. You keep your heart open. The thing I love most about his writing is that you could tell, he is a lover of people, and I love people who love people. He writes his struggles in a way that's very, inclusive. Saying that, I went through this, I made it through, you can make it through too. That is such a positive message, and that's a very rare message to see these days, so I support this guy in doing that. Even in his dedication page, this book is dedicated to all the people who feel alone in the world. It's thank you, Joey. That is so mindful of you. It's I have always been a loner. I am almost 28 years old. I'm just starting to come out of my shell now. I'm an extremely late bloomer. I actually find it funny that he talks about his first kiss, and he had it at 21 years old, and then he's like, yes, 21. I know. I'm such a prude. Da 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 da. And I'm just sitting here reading this, and I'm like, boy, I'm almost 28, and I still hadn't got my first anything. He talks about his struggles, how he dealt with an alcoholic mother, how he was placed in special ed classes as a child because he ate paint chips, and that affected his learning capabilities. But in school, he was friendless, he was a loner, he was like that. Everyone treated him like a loser, and I was a nobody too, so I totally feel him. He also talks about how he's always been very feminine for a male. That is my story too. I have hung out with girls all my life. Even still to this day, I still have no real heavy male influence in my life. But even ever since watching him and seeing him interact with his friends and other people, even still be feminine in his actions, that made me feel uncomfortable in my own skin. It made me feel oh hey, well, if he can just be comfortable then in his femininity, then I can be. I can knock off the act and just be real and transparent. So Joey, thank you for inspiring me. And I deal with anxiety too. I've dealt with it for over 20 years. That stuff stinks. Ugh. But I am so proud of you, kid. I'm so proud of this kid for being transparent. It takes a lot of guts. I love his journey. And I love how at the end of each chapter, he puts a list of how to overcome certain issues, or he puts different lists of tips. As far as this is for tips for starting a vlog. There are some other things where what to do if you're in a situation if one of your parents is alcoholic. He lists websites to visit, or numbers to call if you're contemplating suicide or whatnot, and that is a very cool idea. He is a very mindful kid. Like, even in the center of the book, where is he here? Fans in real life. He posts pictures of his fans. And he asks them questions and he posts their answers, like where they're from, what their interests are, like their ages, their goals, aspirations, whatever. Like, that is so cool. Like, how you invest in your viewers like that. I love that. Cares about people. I love people who love people. So it's like, I think this book is done very, very well. He writes in a way that makes you feel like you're like at a coffee shop. You're just like sitting there with your little mug and you're like, hey Joey, tell me your life story. And like, there it is. Like, he does it so well. He's got a positive character. I am all about that life. So Joey, I give your book 5 stars. I love it. You are transparent. Keep doing what you're doing. I am proud of you. I love you. And to all my other viewers, click like and subscribe if you have not already. Or do whatever you're going to do. Leave a comment. I don't care. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Peace out, y'all.